Welcome, Aquarius. Welcome to my channel. I'm Dee, and this is Intuitive Life Advice. I'm going to do a reading for you today called Troubled Love for July 2021. I am not new to the internet, but I am new to YouTube, and I am on the ground floor of expanding to social media platforms, and YouTube is the first one of those, other than my website. So please join me. I want to create a community of healing for those who have been through abusive relationships of any kind, troubled relationships of all kinds. And I would like for everyone to help one another, be there for one another, and join my community so that we can heal some people's hearts and souls and walk them through this difficult time in their lives. Please join me. Please do. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment after all the videos. It all helps me. Okay, I'm going to use 4 decks here today. These are my personally created decks, which I only use my own decks. I only trust my own sense of knowing and my own source. So, although I have shuffled these thoroughly off camera, I am going to shuffle them quickly one more time each so that you all can see that the cards are in fact being shuffled. Otherwise, we would waste a lot of our video time. The first deck that we're going to use here is Divine Grace. That one is a series of steps that are taken from beginning to end when you're in a relationship that's bad for you. And we're going to take a card for the recent past, which could be yesterday, a week ago, a month ago, a year ago, 10 years ago, just depending on the personal situation of the individual that we're reading for. And since this is a general reading, we are going to get a little bit of a wide spectrum of energy from these cards. And if you want a personal reading, the private readings, just as I said, the description box will give you all the information on all of that. So let's get started. We're going to take a card for our recent past. Beautiful card that's called Healing. We're going to take a card for our current situation. And then we're going to take a card for our near future, which is going to be the energy that we end up in if we follow the same mindset, the same actions, the same process we're in currently. And that's showing that it will be a loss. Now, don't look at these cards as negative. These cards are all beautiful, and there's always a light at the end of the tunnel in each of these because we have free will and we can redirect this energy. And that's what I'm here for, to help you do that and show you how to do that. So currently, we are in our recent past, which, as I said, could be as far back as 10 years. It could have been yesterday, a week ago, a month ago, a year ago. Just depends on your situation. You were in a state of healing. And this is telling me that you were actually healing from a relationship. And before we go forward, I want to find out who we're dealing with, because you're going from healing, and then we're going to go through this current energy, and then it looks like we're headed back to loss. So I want to make sure that we're not dealing with a new person that's causing the loss. Okay. Okay, we've got a grandson. And these love readings can be anyone that we adore in our lives, okay? They're not always romantic love. And then I'm seeing a Scorpio here. So there is a grandson. Someone is dealing with a grandson, and this grandson is what we're healing from. This is the energy that we're healing from right here. It looks like you have been in a situation in the recent past with your grandson that caused you a lot of pain to where you had to go into a sense of healing in order to survive this situation, whether it was the loss of a grandson on the physical, or whether it was the loss of a grandson who chose to disown you, something like that. But you were in a state of healing, which tells me that you were doing okay. You brought yourself out of the depths of darkness on that, and you began to heal. Now, currently, and if this was a physical loss, I truly extend my condolences, and I am greatly, horribly sorry to hear about that loss. That would be very difficult to heal from, but you did, and that tells me you're extremely strong and brave to get through a situation without just caving in and letting go of that strength that you have within. Now, currently, it's showing that you're in the middle of some situation where it's showing negativity, darkness type negative energy, and that's what kind of veers me back to maybe this grandson disowned you or told you he never wanted to see you again, that type of thing, instead of a physical loss, because it seems like you were healing from that. And although you're healing with this beautiful enlightened kind of energy here in the center, you still got a lot of darkness around you, although it's not consuming you. It's like you're hurting, but it's not destroying your soul. I hope that you can understand what I mean by that. And then if you stay in this same state that you're in here, it's going to take you eventually over to loss of yourself. And that's what I don't want to see happen, because I feel like this is a different person. I feel like this person who came into your life may have something to do with this grandson disowning you. It feels more like this Scorpio, this water sign Scorpio that came into your life that's going to cause you a loss, maybe caused a conflict between you and your grandson. Now, and this could also be this person's grandson, this Scorpio's grandson, and you were trying to make this Scorpio understand that you can't behave this way. You have to love this grandson and be there for them. But it seems like this Scorpio was just had a mindset that was geared toward just cutting this person off, this grandson. And I hope that I'm not confusing you. Let's see the severity here on this. Let's see what the severity is here in the center for you, because sometimes I just am kind of guided to just shuffle these cards again. I just do whatever I feel I need to do. And this is the severity level of this current situation. So that kind of gives me the clarity I need to guide you here. This situation that you were healing from, that had to do with this grandson, whether it was your grandson or the Scorpio's grandson, you loved this grandson. Your heart was in this. Your intentions were very good. And currently it's like you're healing from whatever this situation was, the loss of this grandson, but there was still negative and dark energy around this situation, around you. And so that energy there is showing up low as a 2.5 on a scale from 1 to 11, with 11 being off the charts of the severity scale, which means critically severe 11. So a 2.5 is still in the low range here. So it was something that was hurtful. It hurt you, but it didn't destroy you. It was like you were Your heart was in it. You loved this person, this grandson. You love this Scorpio. But whatever the situation is, the rift between this Scorpio and this grandson caused you to have to go into this healing state where you could regain your own peace, while the darkness, the negativity, the negative energy here still kind of took residence around you, although you were in the right place. Your heart was in the right place. You had peace within. And this is showing us, as I said, that if you stay in this same frame of mind, this same state that you're in currently, you're going to suffer a loss. And that's showing up as a loss that has to do with this Scorpio. And that just feels like a different person. Now, if your grandson is a Scorpio, then this grandson is going to go ahead and kick in another level of negative energy with you, and they're going to release you, like, permanently for some reason. Maybe you're not agreeing with something they're doing. Maybe you're trying to tell them that, being a grandmother, you're trying to explain to the person that what they're doing is bad for them, and here's what's going to happen down the road, and they're not listening, and they're just looking at that, in a way that makes it seem like you're trying to run their life, when really all you're doing is loving them and trying to guide them in the right direction. And please don't beat yourself up too much about that, because the younger generations, they are very adamant about taking care of themselves and to heck with everyone else. And that's not the right way to look at that. They're seeing it wrong, that's incorrect. They need to care what the right people think, but, leave everyone else where they are. And unfortunately, it looks like you're in the middle of a situation like this, and I really feel for you, because this loss card, this hurts. This is grief and grieving process and pain in your heart and just crying and crying and crying. It's a hard energy to get through, but you will get through it, okay? Now, what we're going to do here, okay, well, there's our advice card is narcissism. And that tells me that it kind of directs me back toward the scenario where your grandson caused some problems, but this is an actual different person, like your partner in life here, this Scorpio, that wouldn't listen to you. You couldn't get through to them so that you could save the relationship between the grandson and the Scorpio. You were actually so involved in trying to save their relationship and teach them both how to treat one another to save their relationship, that it's like you had to just step back and get back to your peace, because it was destroying you, because no one was listening, no one was following any of the guidance that you were trying to offer, because they're narcissists. And that's a serious word. That's a serious diagnosis. When someone diagnoses someone as being a narcissist, I'm not saying narcissistic personality disorder. So it's not like I need to tell you, get away from this Scorpio before they destroy you. But what I am saying is this person is a narcissist, and they're difficult to deal with. They may not be damaging to you, but they are extremely damaging to most people around them, because they don't listen. No one else has anything to say that they feel is of priority or of importance for them. And when someone is like that, there's nothing you can do. There's just nothing you can do. You have to just wash your hands of it, step back, and hope and pray that they see the light and that they get back to one another and start listening to one another and form a relationship that will stand the test of time. Because right now it looks like these two are so hard-headed and stubborn and narcissistic that they're not even going to be able to communicate with one another, much less much less listen to anything that you have to say, because they know everything. They're narcissists. So unfortunately, that's the way the story ends here. So what I would like to ask you to do is protect yourself from this energy of loss here that it looks like you're headed toward. Just be prepared that that's coming and try to take the edge off of it. You're either going to walk away from this Scorpio or you're going to wash your hands of this grandson. It's one or the other. And I do wish you well. And I'm very sorry for this situation. Just be prepared for that loss. And if you choose to take that loss and end it with this Scorpio, you will get through it a lot easier than if it comes to losing this Scorpio through say a horrible incident, that say a big fight where everything comes out and you hurt one another verbally and you have to walk away. Either way, be prepared for that loss, and just know that it's going to hurt, but it doesn't have to hurt that deeply, because you deserve someone who listens to you and values what you have to say. And when you don't have someone that values anything that you have to say, it may be better for you to just walk away, because there's someone out there for you. There truly is, Aquarius. You are amazing. Don't ever forget that. Have a wonderful July, and I look forward to reading for you again. Take care.